Nothing on this one. Oh, yeah.
Gosh,
So,
that's
you know,
Grab
your coffee.
Thank you.
Save my seat.
Yeah, so everybody has their assigned seats now, apparently. All right, guys, it's 10 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get started so we can be very efficient with our time and respect the time of Hannah and Desmond. Let me introduce you this morning. I've been talking to Hannah and Desmond, and they're with Grapevine Realty. This is Hannah Ferguson. That's her phone number and her email address. They are property management, and then she also is going to come back in the fall and tell us about a self-directed 401k and us as buyers, realtors. So she's going to come to a class for us in the fall on that. I'm going to put your screen up, and the floor is yours. This is Hannah and Desmond.
Thank you so much for having us. I was introduced to you as I met Patty at a Real Producers event. And she said, "We need your help." I was like, "We would love to help." So property management is not the most fun part about real estate. It's not your selling sunset. I always put that in my tag because I'm like shoveling manure. Like, this is what property management really is, you know, so that people have a better idea of how to build wealth and assets and how to protect their wealth and assets. And so that's one of the sort of umbrellas of what we try to do with the realtors that we work with and that we partner with, is help you coach your clients to buy more real estate, right? And then we help those real estate cash flow for them so they can buy more real estate for you. So we customize our property management agreements with your clients to refer them back to you to buy more real estate. And if you want to do lease listings, how many of you do lease listings?
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Oh, yeah.
I went through your listings, and there was only like three or four, and the rest were listings versus, you know, leasing properties. You know, some organizations prefer, you know, that they don't take that on because you can show that house 100 times. You could have made 10 grand showing a house to someone who's buying it versus the $400 or $500, $600 you make off lease listings. So I've got some junior agents who help us with that, which makes it nice and affordable so that not everybody has to run lease listings. It's a good way to build your business if you're a new agent. How many of you guys have been to eviction court? Okay, tell us about eviction court.
Not fun.
Not fun.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It worked for me.
Oh, did it?
But,
Not fun, right? So I say that's the crown jewel of property management is eviction court. It is not fun because every court has a different system and a different process and a different notification,
it takes a long time.
and it takes a very long time and it's very expensive. You add up all the time that you spend fighting with eval that doesn't work half the time. Some of the JPs, we have great relationship. We text the judge. You know, it's easy. Others, it's arduous, right? Very fortunately, my back office staff has been doing property management for 20 plus years. My sweet husband, who's here, he's been doing property management for 35 years. Okay, so we have a lot of experience doing this. So we're very fortunate to be able to navigate it without too many challenges. Typically, we don't have to go to eviction court for our internal properties that we manage. The last 6 times I had to go to eviction court is because we inherited a client who was in arrears 10 to 15,000 with the tenants who were not paying. So because Carrie, my back office lady, I call her the warden, is so strict on who we put into our properties, we don't usually have to go to eviction court for our internal, but we do help a lot of distressed owners catch up and take possession back of the property and then file the judgments and do all of the things behind the scenes that are not selling sunset, right?
Yeah, it's happening a lot more now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband worked for Home Partners and he was doing the court thing all the time. He was like the person that checked on houses and it was like all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I see it in my neighborhood all the time. So it's really crazy.
And some of that is because the cost of living has gone up so significantly. It hasn't caught up with how much people money make, you know, and so that's one of the biggest challenges. And you have such a huge influx of people moving to Texas, right? And so a big part of what we do, I say, are toilets, termites and tenants. That's our specialty. Everything that requires you to wear rubber gloves, all right? So we enjoy being able to do that because that is what builds equity for your owners and for you as real estate agents, okay? So our brokerage primarily just does property management. I've only got 2 agents. They're both in their 60s and 70s. They're not selling a lot of real estate. We don't sell and buy a lot of real estate, but property management is what we do throughout the Metroplex. We have an entire team of vetted professionals And that's what makes the big difference. We also have a very sophisticated software system. It's the best in the industry. It's called PropertyWare. So everything is digitized, everything from the tax documents for your owners, work orders. So every work order is being time stamped. So let's say your toilet is leaking, the tenant puts in a work order, they get a call back with us, usually within about 5 to 10 minutes. Then it's assigned to a vendor and the vendor calls them back within an hour. And usually somebody is there within 2 to 3 hours, to take care of it. So it's a quick, because that leaky toilet could flood the house very quickly. So like yesterday, within 20 minutes, we had somebody at a house because we were concerned there was a gas leak. And that's because my back office lady was checking the bills and she noticed that the bill of the vacant house was high. And so sure enough, we got our replace all water heater, we got our vendor out there, we got Atmos out there, and we got it all handled because the owner's in California. Most of our owners are actually international. Yeah, they're not local. They're not people that are right here. So that's why all of our systems, whether our clients are, I've got Japan, Australia, Israel, everything is digitized, which makes it much easier. And we try to make it as turnkey for the owners as possible, which means we handle everything. We handle the turnovers, we handle the cleaning, we handle vetting all of the potential tenants. We list it for them. And then we take care of its minor construction things like carpet and paint and fixing toilets. Guess how much replacing a toilet costs these days?
Just the toilet or with all the,
All the things.
all the
The
plumbing?
toilet you can get for $100 at Lowe's. But guess how much?
$600.
$1,200. Not kidding. That's how expensive
And we're all
some
going
of
to
these
school.
minor construction things have become. So we have a really great team of people that we can usually get that toilet installed for a significantly less amount. So that's a big part of what we do. Fixing ACs. Pest control is a huge thing with rental houses. A lot of these rental houses are established neighborhoods, they're older homes, they've had, their time in the sun. And so a big part of what we do every single day is dealing with raccoons. I have this great video of my husband evicting a raccoon that was an attic. This was last week. We pulled 7 raccoons out of an attic.
Oh,
Squirrels, mice, little mice, they love rental houses more than anybody else. And then bed bugs and cockroaches and all of the things that don't make real estate a lot of fun, right? That's what we do. We take care of all of those things. And we have a really good process because over time that can cause a pretty big financial, if not handled, cost to the owner. So a big part of it is we want to avoid any deferred maintenance that can be expensive for your owners and then provide them with very inexpensive ways to fix and repair anything that is wrong. And so we have a system as far as like the tenants being able to send us pictures and really keeping our thumb on the pulse. I say that's what it's really about. At the end of the day, only about 4% of realtors do property management. This is so glamorous. Let me reassure you, it's very glamorous, okay? And then Grapevine Realty, we were founded in 1970. So we've been around a little while, serving the Metroplex. We don't have a lot of turnover as far as like our independent properties. A lot of times we all have 100% occupied, which means I have no available rental houses. So we keep a wait list when we're at 100% occupancy. And that way, a lot of times I think the last 4 or 5 houses I was actually able to fill off my wait list without even having to list it.
awesome.
Yeah. So, and some of that is because as soon as I put something on Zillow, I get all these people who I call it tire kickers.
Mhm.
I'm going to move in 3 months.
Yeah.
Well, this is a lease today house, so we just hold on to their information and then we set them up so that in 3 months, when I do have something coming available that I know about, lease is expiring and they've moved or retired or whatever. Yeah. And then a big part of also what we try to do is teach other real estate agents how to be real estate investors and do the rinse and repeat, right? Because once you start investing in real estate, you're going to be better at teaching your clients how to invest in real estate. And so we can give you some pre-made templates that you're allowed to use to start teaching real estate investing to your pool and your sphere. All right. And so those are some goals to be able to make you guys more transactional money at the end of the day. All right.
I think we're going to probably get Hannah and Desmond to come back in probably late September and do that class on investing. I'd like to get that done earlier in the fall, if you know what I mean. Because we're booked through August, but I'd like to get her back. If that's cool with you guys, we'll have her back in probably like 2 months, like 8-10 weeks. and get that class. If that's, I'll set it up with you. So, be sure and scan her information, QR code, so you can save her in your phone for property management.
On the table too.
Yep, on the table too. But if you're online, be sure and scan that on your computer and put Hannah and Desmond in your phone. So you've got proper, because we have Slack. And so how many times have we all seen on the guys channel, who's property manager?
You may have covered this. Sorry, I was late and then had to step out. So I don't always do property management, but I do occasionally have like lease listings. Will y'all, like if I do a lease listing and then we refer it to you guys, will you take, I know you said that.
That's what I heard a lot of.
Okay, you're like the inherited ones are not the best. So I didn't know if y'all had a
So
policy for that.
in the management contract, I would put that we will not do the lease listing.
Okay.
And I'll put your name and your license number, so
Uh-huh.
they will, when it becomes vacant,
Mhm.
we work in tandem with you.
Okay, great.
So I'll do all the make ready, I'll do Texas property code, I will do the 80-point checklist to get it to you and list it. Does that make sense? And we'll start getting you involved in the process. You can get your listing agreement signed and all the things in order
Okay.
60 days in advance.
Okay, so that's if it's already occupied and it's going back on the market to list. So like I have one, I guess this is a bad example, but I have one in North Fort Worth that there was already the tenant, they had already done some make ready, and I just took over the listing, I placed the tenant. At that point, can I still refer it to you guys?
Absolutely.
Okay, really great.
Yeah, so we also have a complete back office staff who does employment verification, rental verification, nationwide criminal background checks, and it's a big.
So we can just kind of
process.
partner with you
Yeah,
guys.
so we don't mind
Instead of
doing
us
that
paying
for
the
you
fees.
versus you guys having to do it, because you might not have somebody who's quite as thorough as my team.
Okay.
You know, because my smart move is great, but at the end of the day, it is not the same as having full-on verification through, for the noise ring, all of the things. Okay.
What would be as far as like a price point though, like, because I have a lot of folks that ask me, so we want to lease our house, what's typical cost of property management, hiring somebody on? What would be that average cost? Because you guys obviously do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of bells and whistles,
Yeah.
which is great.
Right.
Is there some sort of pamphlet we could give them, or I'm sure it's individual to whichever property?
Yeah, our website.
Okay.
Under our
Get on that.
website, you've got all of these tabs. So under the tabs, you can see our listings for rent ready. Like, it's a lot of instructions. My back office lady is very good at communicating. So there is an absolute dump of information on our website that then they can click through. Typically, we charge 1 month's rent to lease list a property. And that's because we pay the BAC out of that. And then we charge anywhere, if we work with other realtors, like, let's say it's your personal property and I'm managing for you, then it's only 8% because I manage for quite a few other realtors. And then let's say it's a general population where they don't have the same resources we have, then we charge 12%. Yeah, we also do short-term rentals as well, and we do fully furnished. And so we have a very kind of a broad spectrum of things that we help with as well. So it depends, because like on a short-term rental, it's not at 20%. Because you have to guest interact, and it's a lot more hands-on. Yes, but that kind of gives you a baseline of depending on the level of commitment that we get to make in time.
Okay. Thank you, Hannah. And
Nice to
let me,
meet
I want to
you.
go shake your hand, say thank you. I'm so glad to meet you both.
Thank
I
you for your
can't,
time.
I can't wait to see you guys again. And I'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Totally. Thank you all for breakfast, by the way. Did we give them a hand, please? Thank you, guys. All right. Let's move on and we're going to hit core value. We never bring a problem without bringing and trying at least one possible solution. We are problem solvers, not problem identifiers. We encourage critical thinking and a proactive approach to handling issues. While asking for help is encouraged, it must be done in the context of also thinking of solutions on your own. Before we bring an issue or problem to a team member, we first think of ways to solve it. You guys know that I love this core value because it's so wonderful. If Danielle's going to give me a call and she goes, Brian, I have a problem, and here are the 3 solutions that I'm thinking about, and then we can go down each one of those paths. It makes our conversation so much easier. Clarissa had an issue and she solved it herself and then checked with me, and I was like, that's great. You did good and you're super smart. And what else can we ask for from, and what else would we expect from Clarissa, right? Professionalism to the team. Okay, headlines. You're always good. Next week, we're, Willis Richardson and Pure Funding out of Weatherford will be here with us. If y'all remember when we were having the foundation repair, he's the one that met us over at the Baker, no, not the Baker, at, McKnight. When we did, the Mastermind at McKnight. If your license is renewing, I have actually tagged everyone and sent you messages if your license is renewing in September, October, or November. If it's renewing in those 3 months, please renew early. Go ahead and get your classes done. Trek is unveiling a new system, and the president of Trek, I was at a meeting 2 weeks ago, and she said, please get it done early, because there is a chance when we change software that your application and your records, your school could get lost. And then it could be a longer time for you to get your license, and you might even be not able to practice for a while.
When is that?
So if your license is renewing September, October, or November, in the next 3 months.
I'm sorry, they should allow for grandfathering. I mean, it's a lot, especially for SAE.
For SAE,
I'm struggling with
yep.
it.
Oh, SAE.
SAE is
God.
98 hours is intense. If you haven't done a 6-hour review,
Thank you.
Philip reached out to you and that's Jamie's assistant, and he reached out to you through email and asked you to put a Google review up. I got one too, and I sent him a picture of my Google
You
review.
did?
I sent him a
Shame
picture.
on you.
Reach Out training will be August the 13th. Thank goodness, after 2 weeks of all kinds of things that you guys would not.
What about the?
Did you know that the letter L, the capital, the lowercase L looks exactly like an I to a computer? And when you're writing in 75 characters in one code, it's hard to catch all those. It took us about 48 emails between ReachAt and I to get everything fixed so that your emails from ReachAt go through to your clients and not into their spam folder. Thank you, Holly, for recognizing that while I was on vacation
Sorry.
and giving me a heart attack. No, I'm kidding. Totally. Resource fees. If you're behind on your resource fees, I'm going to be reaching out to you about getting those caught up. Some people, we switch systems and your cards have been declined and we don't know why. So we'll need you to get your card updated with Camber and get caught up. So in the next probably 5 days, I'm going to be reaching out if you're behind on your resource fees. But auto pay is going to be the best way. New Greater Fort Worth Association of Realtors, Real Satisfied, which is like a testimonial software, is up. It's the light version. Let me show you what it looks like. I went and looked at it. I went ahead and signed up so I could be the guinea pig for you guys. With the light, you only get 3 reviews on your Real Satisfied. You have to spend and purchase to get more of your reviews.
Really? Does
Just-
this push out to everywhere? Or what's the purpose of this?
Right.
I signed
Thank
up too,
you.
but I haven't looked into it.
I looked at it, and of course, they sent me an email and said, oh, you got the light version. You can have 3 reviews on your profile. So I'm just highlighting the fact that it's there.
I just didn't know if you knew that IDX to like Zillow, to Google, to
It's-
Realtor.
Yes,
all of
it's
that.
Real Satisfied it's one of those companies that shows reviews and testimonials. So there's Yelp, there's Zillow, so there's Realtor.
But it doesn't send out.
No.
It's not like an IDX one.
It's gonna be on the Google search algorithm.
So it's just another.
Okay, LB?
Wait, can I have two things?
Yes.
Okay, so blood drive is for sure August 20th, 9 to 1 at the office. So
LB?
we're gonna send out a sign up. We're just waiting Jamie on the graphic. So we'll send a sign up. So if anybody can sign up as an agent.
Which one is that?
Blood drive.
Oh, okay.
And then invite anybody and everybody, because we need at least like 20 people. So it's
Signed up.
signed up. So whoever here can donate blood during, office hours, and then also invite whoever. And then September 13th is party on the patio. I had a few said they wanted to be involved, but if there's anybody else, we kind of need to know for a head count and planning and budgeting and
Well,
things
when
like
you
that.
said that these are the people that want to be involved, what does that mean?
Like that are either gonna be there or invite people or whatever.
Okay.
Promotion.
Yeah.
I have a question with the blood drive.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about inviting the rest of the businesses?
We haven't yet, no. We wanted to see how many people we could just get in general. And then we always have passerbys at shops.
The other thing too is, clinics and stuff. And someone, with those patients have to very well.
Yeah.
You might
Yeah.
put a flyer up or something.
Well, yeah, we will. We have some come in. We got flyers and then.
What's that?
This, the key change you guys asked for, Jimmy bought 100
Wow.
for the office, so you guys can take them and use them as you see fit.
Just thanks, man.
Jimmy bought 100 of these, so they'll be here, I'll leave them here, and Jenna can get some for herself.
You know, spend $100.
All right, then you guys know LB, I'm actually gonna hit this real quick.
Jamie's update. This needs to go on Jamie's list to update.
I'm sorry,
I said go on Jamie's list to update.
You want me to picture of you?
I asked you if you
I
liked
know, I
it.
definitely need a picture of me. No, it's quick. No. My God, no. The
Let me
document.
zoom in.
No.
She's like, I will leave.
Literally walk
Okay,
out. No, this document.
Oh.
I think. Okay, let's hear. it.
Huh? Can you scroll? Yes.
All right, I just don't want to boss you around. I'm happily boss
Whoa,
you. Page two.
page 2.
Okay. You guys have you guys all seen this? It needs to be updated. It's still a lot of the information is relevant, but I think we should update it. We should. Okay, so this is a document on the backside that is kind of for you guys to read if your clients are asking you what are some good ways to quickly add smidgens of value. There's a couple of different like, tiers in here. If you're about to like maybe list a house, right? You guys have probably all had these conversations with your clients, or you've walked in their house and been like, I need to have that conversation with them because it sucks. Like, what can we do? How do I convince my clients to have a little bit of money to help make it easier for me to sell their house for them? Whatever it looks like. So a couple things in here. Let's go to page scrolling. Let's scrolling left. Okay, so this is pretty obvious, I think, some of them. So there's going to be some big things and some little smaller things. One of the best places, obviously, to make updates if your client is strategically trying to think about where to make a big update to help facilitate the sale of their home is obviously going to be kitchens and bathrooms. Kitchen and primary bathroom. Again, this feels, I know you guys know this. I know you guys know this. But kitchen is the heart of the home. That is what that's where we live these days. And so if a client is looking to make a change to their home, maybe a bigger change, one of the best places for them to do that is going to be the kitchen and the primary bathroom, or any bathroom that is not updated. Kitchen and primary bathrooms. Now, if you are doing, okay, not everybody has kitchen renovation budget money. I don't. That's a lot of money, right? And so there are some things you can do to make small updates to your kitchen, or to a client's kitchen to help maybe do a little refresh. So we call that. We're not doing a remodel. We're calling it a refresh. Maybe they have good like nice wallwood cabinets from the 70s, but like they've got awful laminate countertops and like no backsplash. And so something you could do really quickly in this instance would maybe be a backsplash, which you could do on top of your existing countertops. Backsplash is super cheap, super easy to install typically for a tile guy, and tile can be very affordable, very cheap, easy update. Taking that a step further would be your countertops. Usually to replace a backsplash, sometimes you rip the countertops out, sometimes you want bad countertops. And so if you wanted to do your countertops on top of your client's existing kitchen cabinets, you can do that and then do a cute splash. There are really affordable quartzes out there that you can go, like builder's grade quartz. You've heard there's some, they're all like, they could be like $40, $50 per foot. They're going to be kind of boring, but they're going to be better than like laminate or like tile countertops, which people are not into. Okay, another thing you could do is update all of your kitchen cabinet hardware. So again, I was just thinking about, there's lots of these nice like 60s, 70s, 80s ranched out homes with beautiful solid wood cabinets in the kitchen. Maybe you don't want to get rid of them, but maybe the door styles kind of already were in the 70s. Everything's kind of scrolly or like huge raised panels. So you could swap out your cabinet doors. That'd be easy. Just do like a shaker style, something a little more modern. And also you could swap out, if you don't want to swap out the doors, because that requires doors and then paint. Maybe you don't have a paint budget. You could just swap out your cabinet hardware. Super easy to do yourself. They could do that themselves. Oh, we already talked about countertops. Let's keep going. Okay, bathrooms. Bathrooms are going to be the next like big place for you to update. Again, primary, starting with the primary bathroom, obviously, or whichever one feels like it's going to be the primary, if there isn't like a dedicated primary. And then also then I would say the kid space is next. Like it's like a hall bathroom or a Jack and Jill bathroom, that kind of thing. So those are big areas to focus on to help sell a home if they're really outdated or in really bad shape. Same kind of concepts as we just applied to the kitchen. Now, tile in a wet space is going to be more complicated and expensive, but you could update the doors on a vanity. You could do a new countertop. on the bathroom vanity with a new sink, new fixture. You can get a sink for like $50 at Home Depot. You get a faucet for like $100 at Home Depot, and then that countertop with like a little 4-inch splash. Again, if you go something builder's grade, it could be a quick way to update something maybe on top of your existing cabinetry, which again, if it's from like pre-80s, it's probably solid wood and maybe a really good piece of furniture. I'll give a good unit. Swapping out lighting, it's super easy to do. Okay, I can do that. Any y'all with like YouTube can swap out a light fixture at your vanity. Again, you can get a cute light fixture at Lowe's and Home Depot or like Bill.com. Shades of White. There's some really Amazon. I mean, there's some really cute lighting companies out there. That's like a quick fix. You could do it yourself or handyman. You don't need an electrician to swap out a light fixture. You can charge you like $7,500. Light fixture fee $150. Easy fix. Also, personal hot take. I do not put a light bulb in a clear cloche like this. It's a cloche that is one of those like nerdy LED ones. Buy the pretty LED one that's clear. You know what I'm talking about? You don't have to be an Edison bulb like this in this picture. It can be, we can see the exposed filaments. They make pretty LED ones. Don't get the white ones. You know what I'm talking about? Everyone here is better than that. You know, we're better than that.
I like the white ones.
Oh,
I'm kidding, it's just jokes.
get out. Okay. Okay, and then here we go. This is a big one. But adding square footage, y'all, there's nothing like adding square footage to a home to add value. So one of the most common things we do over in the construction side is on the backs of these older houses, we remodel the kitchen, we throw in a master suite. Because a lot of these older houses that we're working on, like 30s and 40s and 50s, they did not have a primary suite. Or if they did, it was like a shower with a tiny vanity and like a toilet. Sometimes it was not even a shower, but just like it was like a half bath in their primary.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Ever seen that? It's like a vanity and a toilet.
Yeah.
And so we're adding, so again, adding the square footage is the most important thing you can do. And when we're adding those square footages, a lot of times we're expanding their kitchen and giving them a primary bathroom because that's what adds value to the home. Bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens. So, okay. What else can you have on here? Oh, a fireplace. This is also maybe an easy way to update. You guys have seen this. Sometimes it's done badly. Just add something. You can add tile to a fireplace. A lot of times there's tile at a fireplace hearth that is outdated and not cool. Super easy swap again because it's not a wet space. So usually it's really easy to just chip that out, lay new tile. If it's brick, I wouldn't do that. Leave the brick alone. Brick is beautiful. And then painting. Painting is so easy.
$30 in the can, 3,000 on the wall.
Yeah, it is so great to just add like a nice fresh coat of paint. I know there was some talk about like smells in the house on y'all's chain the other day.
Yeah, feel free to go over there and paint a solution. I will pay you.
Spray the
for
kills,
time.
spray the primer kills, spray your paint. It just really cleans and freshens up a house. Especially it should add, I don't know, paint. I like white paint smells. I just paint in my own bedroom. I like it. Latex paint smells good. And it smells fresh and clean. It smells like new construction. So if you have these older houses that are outdated and they're not looking cool, maybe there's 1,000 different paint colors going on in the house, not a cool way. Paint it. Okay. Let's keep going. I don't think wainscoting is an option. Oh, and I'm not a landscaper, but y'all,
Yep.
that's important. It's so important. I shouldn't be speaking to this, but
It's like makeup.
be better than boxwoods, but also maybe just throw some boxwoods in there. My God, just do something, you know? Nothing is less sexy than a house that has grass like a rises to the foundation in front. This is so easy. Some metal, like that's not even metal edging. They threw some rocks. That's like sporadic rocks. Here's some metal edging. That looks pretty with the more, well, no, those aren't rocks. Those are plants, are they?
Maybe some rocks.
There's some rocks. Yeah. Anyways, this is not an expensive plant. What is that? You know what that is. What is that? Cypress bush? Is it a cypress? I don't think it's a. Don't ask me. I'm not here to talk about landscaping. But anyways, throw some landscaping up there. Okay.
That's it.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna have Jamie update this because I disagree with some of these. Some of these things are written.
And then there's pregnant LB.
Okay, I have pregnant in every picture of me. I'm leaving.
Thank you, LB.
I know it.
All right. So I will be putting that document, PDF version link into the brokerage announcements page and in my follow-up for next week. Yes, your question?
The Real Scout, the training last week, was that ever?
They apologized.
Oh, but no.
Was it a recording?
It's recorded. It's
Oh,
I
I
put it
thought it
on.
was.
No, was it a recording? That guy.
recording.
No, it was live. He just couldn't see us or hear us. For some reason, there was some glitch in their stuff, and they apologized, sent a bunch of links, which I put in the brokerage announcements channel last week, all the links of the things that they gave me. and they profusely apologized, and they said the next time we do a training, it will not be like that. It'll be 30 minutes, and it will be short and sweet. Hit this thing and do this. But they profusely apologized 2 days later because they were so embarrassed they couldn't even email me for 2 days.
It was recording. He's outside smoking.
Yeah.
Smart. He's
All
got.
right. We're gonna do the market update, and I've actually added to this a little bit this week because I want to give you guys a little bit more Brian brain on some of the things. So, but I want you to take it the way that you need to take it, okay? So let's talk about the national. Both housing starts and building permits rebounded in June, though the gains were all due to multifamilies as single families slipped. Buyers are looking at the largest completed single-family home inventory since 2009. Okay, National Real Estate Database reports median sales price for a home for the past 4 weeks, up 1.7, while wages are up over 4% year over year, suggesting affordability for buyers is starting to improve. Analysis found the number of active listings was up 30% annually from April through June, putting national inventory levels not far below where they were at this time of year before the pandemic. All right, so I'm going to start this. This is the DFW market update. I'm going to go these 5 counties, and then I'm going to show you what the entire MLS looks like for the Metroplex, and that includes Northeast Louisiana, but everything that's listed in our MLS. The reason that I want you to know this is because there are 49,000 single-family residential houses for sale in our MLS. That's a huge number. But what I'm going to focus on right now in this season that we're in of high interest rates, buyers not being able to get off the fence, not being able to buy, I'm going to do county by county. So Dallas County, under $500,000, there are currently 3,730 houses. Over 500K, there's 2,300. 726 price decreases in the last 7 days. 12% of the market decreased. The reason I want y'all to see that is so that you can see what the absorption rate is, what we are actually seeing in the market in each county. And I put wise for you.
Thank you. I
Uh,
always get left out. What about Johnson?
I could do that, but there's not a lot of listings in Johnson County. It's a very small number. So we're not going to see much different than what these big counties are going to see. Parker County, I think the big 2, obviously a big 3, Dallas, Denton, and Terrence, everybody is seeing over 12% in price decreases on the number of listings. What that tells us is sellers are actually reducing their prices. Now, one of the big trends is in nationwide is delisting. People taking their houses off the market, staying where they are. Are you having those conversations with the listings that you have currently? Yes, go ahead.
So is there a way, when you push this out, is there a way we can do a slice search so we can be zip code specific? Well, the only reason why I ask is, the pricing differences sometimes I'm noticing is street by street.
Mhm.
So I'm just wondering.
You can set all this up on your market watch on your MLS, and on your home screen, there's a market watch. Customize it, and then it'll take you to a regular search window, and you can put all that criteria in. You can do zip code or neighborhood by neighborhood. You can get very specific with your market watch. I'm doing that for each of my listings and then customizing that thing, taking a snapshot and sending it to them so they can see their area. But yes, that's something, I mean, it would be very difficult for me to do that in a slideshow to make it where it's editable. But that's where you do that, is on your MLS main page.
What, you said, what's SFR?
Single family residential. Yeah, I don't want to, because I don't want to look at condos, townhomes, apartment, duplexes, triplexes, land, ranch. I really want to focus in on what we mainly do. Do we do other things? Absolutely. Could we do this for land? Absolutely. But this is just a market snapshot of DFW. I think it would be good for us to at least see what the counties are doing, because, I mean, do we all work Dallas County occasionally? Do we hate it? Yes. My shoulders go when I go to Dallas. But occasionally we go to Denton County. Occasionally we go to Parker County, Wise County, Johnson County. Johnson County just doesn't have enough meat for me to grab. They don't have as many listings as Parker.
Who,
Johnson County. There aren't as many homes for sale. as what there are. There actually are a lot of homes for sale. I was down there yesterday. I did 200 miles yesterday from Fort Worth to Alvarado to Cleveland to Corsicana and showed houses. One client.
Wow.
Did you ever?
We went to Deer Park and I saw that yours is closing. We were looking at one 2 doors down across the
Did
street.
it not work out?
They don't want an HOA. They don't want an HOA, period. And I know, but so we're looking at 3 homes tomorrow.
Hey, that's.
Okay, reviews of last week. Modest gains. Stock moved up a bit during a volatile week as traders climbed the wall of worry about tariffs and Fed policy while sending the S&P 500 to an all-time new high and the NASDAQ close to one. It closed again higher yesterday. So the investors are still in the S&P. Even with tariff rates moving higher since the start of the year, inflation remains contained and economic growth continues. June CPI inflation was in line with expectations and wholesale production price index inflation fell. Retail sales rebounded in June, industrial production rose, jobless claims fell, and the University of Michigan consumer sentiment hit a 5-month high on improving inflation expectations. This week's forecast, we're going to see new and existing home sales and jobless claims. Economists expect new home sales will gain in June, while existing home sales should match their May sales pace. Initial unemployment claims for the week are forecast to move up slightly, but stay well below recession levels, indicating a healthy labor situation, a good sign for the housing market. If you're watching the Fed interest rate, which we are, we're going to look at it in just a minute. Actually, it's the next slide. So we'll go ahead and hit this. This was yesterday at 4 o'clock, 6.77. So we're actually below where we were in March.
Wait, why did that last slide say that it's gonna gain in June while going into August?
Huh?
You said economists
Economists
expect
expect-
new home sales will gain in June.
Huh?
We're in July.
We're going into August.
We're in July.
Okay. This is,
We don't have the facts for that now.
this is what, these are the numbers that they have. So everything that you're seeing in this thing is a look back. These are things that happened before because they don't have July numbers yet because we're still in July.
Oh, okay.
So this was at the end of May when they were looking at everything because that's how all of these slides are presented.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. No, that's fine. Yes, we're about to go into
You just
August.
made me second guess, like.
Ah, sorry. No, you're not crazy. No, because we can only see, I mean, in real estate, nobody has a crystal ball.
Until it closes.
All we can see is what's behind us. And we can predict
Yeah.
a little bit based on what we've seen trends, which is what I'm trying to give you. So right now, the FHA is down at 6.35, which that's almost where it was in March and below what it was last week by half a point. Excuse me, 0.5 of one. There's the update inched up to the primary mortgage survey, but it also went back down since this came out Monday. So we're hovering at 6.77 on the 30-year fixed conventional right now.
Do you think it's gonna come down any longer?
Well, you got to remember the Fed rate, this rate that we're talking about, this is mortgages. So when you see the national news about Fed rate, remember that's what the banks loan money
That's
on.
where it starts.
And it doesn't really affect us because the mortgage lenders bake that rate into what the 10-year treasury note is going to do, which is where we base our
It
rate.
does affect us in a way, but not.
It's
directly.
inadvertent, it's,
Right, indirectly.
what's the word though? There's a word that it's connected, but not really. There's a word. Okay, business tip of the week. Firing off a quick text or email is easy, but if you want to make an impact, no old school. Call or stop by in person. Reaching out should be a daily habit. You don't have to call or visit dozens of people daily. 3 to 5 quality connections a week can deliver huge long-term results. Everything that you learned in 100 Days to Greatness or Pathway to Mastery is true. The connections that you make, the birthday cards you send, the texts, the emails, everything really, really matters. We're going to actually go into some of that stuff more today. Did you know choice and affordability are improving for buyers? Last week, active inventory was more than 25% higher than a year ago, while the typical monthly mortgage payment is now the lowest it's been in 4 months because of where the rates are moving. In June, this is a thing that I found, that 14.9% of pending sales fell through nationally. Almost 15% of the pending sales
Is it fine
fell
if it
through.
didn't say why?
Florida was 21%, Las Vegas 19, Atlanta 19.
I bet I know about Florida.
Here it is. The balance of power in the housing market has shifted toward buyers because listings have piled up and demand has slowed down. Prospective sellers are feeling discouraged by this new reality. Some are reacting by staying put or renting their homes out instead of selling, especially if they're at risk of taking a haircut. I saw in this article that I pulled this from that some people are going like almost to the closing table and saying, "Nah, we think we want to look at something else."
Because they have a lot of choices.
They have a lot of choices, and buyers are in command a lot of times right now.
Just in a mile and a half of my Villages of Woodland Springs, there's 24 houses.
Now, have you seen the low listing price trend yet? So my clients are looking for 250 or less. That's the clients that I'm working with has got from high school that I know.
With
He
no
saw a house.
HOA?
I'm sorry,
This is the
with no HOA. So he saw a house in Irving for 230. He works in Irving.
Oh, great.
For 230. I looked at the tax records and I said, that's undervalued by $100,000. It's worth 330 easy. Just quick number, Brian's quick
Right.
numbers, the way my brain works. And he goes, well, why can't we go see it? I said, well, you can go see it, but it's being sold as is. And what this is going to become is an auction because they're underpricing it and
Right.
then taking,
That's right.
let the buyers bid to the highest bid.
Yeah. That's right.
So it's
I think
basically,
it's strategy.
it's working like an auction. I've seen 3 of those
Great
this
strategy.
week. Okay. Top 10 agent tips. This week, we're staying consistent with marketing. Marketing is the heartbeat of your business, driving visibility and establishing your credibility in the market. A successful real estate marketing plan includes both online and offline strategies. Digital marketing, posting regularly on social media, optimize your website for SEO. ChatGPT can do that. Just to let you know. Run targeted ads to reach your audience. Use video content to showcase properties and share market tips. There's more. I've got a little 3-slide
Are you doing a
presentation. on
class
that.
on the SEO? I'm just
ChatGPT.
learning. Well, no, you're my ChatGPT.
You go to ChatGPT and tell it to analyze your website for SEO
And then
and let it do it.
You can talk to Kelly too, of the title company. She'll help you with.
Kelly?
Mhm.
So I did the postcards with the title company and
Yeah.
with her, and I got one, and my next door neighbor got one, and all my other friends that I've made friends with the neighbors, none of them got one.
Got a postcard?
And I got one randomly. I'm a renter, and it had my maiden name on it. We've been married almost 20 years.
Who sent these out?
Callie. She said, she did her whole thing or whatever. And so I don't know what's going on if it's the mail system.
There's been some mail stuff.
And so, because I asked all of my neighbors that are friends, and I was like, did you get my postcard? None of them got it.
It's interesting.
So crazy. I'm not looking for it at all.
Yeah,
Well, I
Otherwise,
wonder
I
if you
just
should have
say-
reported that. Did you?
So, yeah, I just.
Because I'm
haven't-
kind of suspicious with what the postcards I
Yeah.
paid for as well.
Yeah.
I've done it and have had great results with
Yeah.
it.
I
Good.
thought it was really great. I did see, obviously, I don't know every neighbor, but I did see an influx on my website. So
That's good.
people were looking at it, but I just thought that is so weird. There's like
Interesting.
7 people that I asked in my direct neighborhood and.
Hmm.
And they got,
The postcards, the flyers, open houses. We have lots of open house opportunities every week. If you're not doing something on a Saturday or Sunday, take a couple hours and do an open house. You might get a buyer. Did you still working with that lady? Or is she a nightmare?
Brian, this woman, she's lovely.
She's okay, we'll talk later.
Sounds lovely.
We'll talk later. Joanna did an open house for me, and there was a client that wanted to see the house, but didn't want to sign a buyer rep, so she waited and came to the open house, and Joanna
She
said,
did sign a buyer rep. She is not, she wants a house. I've gotten her in contact with Brian. He has been on vacation, but he's just trying, she's not financially ready.
Yeah.
And so it's just one of those things, like, the dream is here, but it's gonna be a long time coming. And she keeps saying, tell them I want that house. I can tell them all day, but until you come up with the money, but she's a very lovely human being.
This is the other one is client testimonials. Everybody that has a Zillow profile and that put a red heart on my Google post, I invited you to join our team on Zillow. I have seen an influx of leads come in from Zillow from us doing that. Not a lot, like 3, but the more people that join our Zillow team and that our algorithm works together, the more that 6th Ave has a presence, which then promotes you personally. So it's a direct relationship for that. But look on Zillow, make sure you've got reviews on Zillow. You can put your own reviews on Zillow, if I'm not mistaken, if you got them from another website. I'll have to look at that to be clear.
I think you can.
Yeah.
I'm just, since I was just refreshed on all of it, and he had to like combine all this stuff. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
it's something.
But if you don't have a Zillow profile, realtor profile, you can reach out to me and I'll give you the website where you go to do that. Please if you want to be part of the team, I'll be glad to set you up. But look at Yelp, Real Satisfied, Rate My Agent, Google My Business. These are all great platforms to put your reviews on. Social proof builds trust, attracts new clients, plus it reassures the Google algorithm. Consider sharing testimonials on your website and social media. If you have a 6-tab website, it's built into your Squarespace where you can put your testimonials in there. We're going to talk about videos now. This is a 3-page thing about, and this will be in the notes so you guys can see this later. If you look on Monday night's email at the top, in that top section, I'm linking last week's video, last week's notes. So if you don't want to watch the video, you just want to scan over the AI generated thing, you can just scan the notes and get what you want out of it. And then also this slideshow is linked at the top of every Monday night, 7:00 p.m. email. Yes, I have it set to go out. I usually finish it on Sunday and then it goes out Monday night. But the reason I do that is because if something happens Monday that I need y'all to know about, I want to have time to edit that. Walkthrough videos can help potential buyers connect with your listing. So get equipped. Your phone camera is really good. There's nothing wrong with it. I bought LED lights on Amazon for about 40 bucks. And it comes with a tripod. It's a white light, and I can set those up in a dark room. And it has the bright white, the yellow light, and then a darker yellow light. So depending on what lighting you want, you can get those lights turned on and lighten up those dark corners. Because when you use Adobe Lightroom or Photoshop or whatever to edit, or ChatGPT, which in case y'all didn't know, it does it too. It takes a little bit longer, but you can obviously change the light on those pictures, but it's better if you start with a really nice bright picture. It's easier to darken than it is to lighten. Picks up more detail. Set the stage. So before you do a video, make sure you've got all the lights on, the doors open, have a plan. Light it right. There's my light comment. Cloudy day. Remember, cloudy days gives the best interior pictures. It's cloudy outside, darker. Janice, go ahead. Come on.
I watched a good training video yesterday about promoting your listings because that's a challenge right now to be different. And it was Erin Bergen out of Arlington, and she is really good at highlighting special things right up front. And her, like the order that you put your photos in on the MLS is important, especially the way it shows up on Zillow. So like you want to make, like if you have a pool, you want to put that second. You want to, like any special feature that's going to set a hook for buyers, you want to put right up front now, instead of ordering your photos on the MLS as you would walk through the house, which is what we've always done in the past. She's saying, get your hooks up front. Like I've got a listing coming that's going to have a generator. Well, you think I'm going to do a spoof on rotten meat in the fridge? Heck yeah. So whatever we can do to set ourselves apart visually, and you can do that in your videos too. That's it. That's all I got.
Thank you, Jenna. So chart your course. Now, my biggest foible, and this is just the way old man brain works, I'm just telling y'all, is get to the point. I like to show a whole house. My brain, that's what I want to see. If I'm going to watch a video of a house, I want to see the whole thing. However, I'm sure Janet would probably disagree that you probably want to just do the highlights of it. I'm not good at editing on my phone. So I probably don't know how to do Instagram videos like you do and make them where they're really cool. I've tried and they look crappy. But if I go home and take all that video footage and then put it into my video editor, I can make it look, I can get it down to 2.5 minutes of doing a walkthrough. Because I want to show everything that the house has. I'm always trying to show space. Mm-hmm. That's what I like. But that's what Brian likes. It's not necessarily what buyer likes.
I think what Janet's saying is right, though. And most people that I work with are looking for a badass backyard. So if your listing has it, I would do the front door, and then I would do backyard. When I'm looking at listings, I go backwards.
Me too.
Because I always look at the backyard space first, because everybody wants or that that's what most people want right now.
I'm gonna
I would
try that
be-
on my listings.
See, but I would be irritated if I was like expecting it to be walkthrough and then I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, where am I? What room am I in?
Yeah.
How does this all work?
Because that's what I,
It's gotta be logical, it's gotta make sense, but like if you've got a shop or you've got a, you know, some acreage, show some of the land, whatever it is that's gonna set the hook for that niche buyer that's looking for those things is mostly what I'm talking about. But yes, I agree. If you're gonna do a video, get through the whole thing.
okay, so, Ashley said that she loves the floor plans. Who's got Cuba Casa? Why do you not have Cuba Casa?
I have, I tried it. Maybe I'm just not using it.
Oh, well, then let's have a class at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because if you're not using Cuba Casa, go
I
download
tried
it,
it.
get it right now, get it right now. Go get Cuba Casa on your phone, on your app store, whatever you're using, iPhone or
I wish
Android.
I didn't delete it.
It is amazing because it's 24 hours and you get an overview with measurements. I take the picture that has the measurements not on it because I don't want a buyer or an agent to look at that and go, well, that one's 11.7 by 12.3 and Brian called it 12 by 12. I just don't want that. I don't want that argument. So I'm putting a picture of the floor plan. I start out front on the front porch. I start my video on the front porch before I open the door and I'll take that whole picture because I want all of it. And then I go out the back door. If there's a pool, I'll even walk the camera around the pool so that when the floor plan comes in, it shows how far the pool is behind the house. Now, if you go over 5,000 square feet, they will charge you $35. I'll take that for a house to pool. I'll pay it. Cubic
Yeah, let's
Casa.
have a clap on that.
I'll
Maybe
do
we
it.
can do
I'll-
this, you know.
I'll do it at 11 o'clock. And y'all, if y'all want to stay on, I'll stop the video at 11, but if y'all want to stay on, I'll be glad to leave the video running so you can see what I do.
So I think what Jana was saying, or what, you know, everybody's saying is a hero shot, you know, on the Airbnb platform.
Mhm.
The hosts are encouraged to do the highlight.
Yeah.
Of the whole property. And that's a
Absolutely.
hero shot, yeah.
Go with the flow and, you know, as the logical progression, what Danielle was talking about, that's what most realtors do. That's what I do is I walk in, here's the entryway, here's the living room. Oh, look, here's the kitchen. That's the third shot almost always in my listings because that's always the most important room to most people, most buyers. But maybe Jana has a great point of if you've got a shop or a pool, maybe that's the second picture of here's the highlight, the hero.
Or the kitchen is amazing.
Yeah, well, the kitchen's amazing.
Like a Highland home, like the kitchen, you walk in, you're like, oh my God, so like that's the first
Yeah,
thing that you want to see.
Absolutely. The last thing is remember the audience. It's easy to get caught up in the fun of making movies, forget that the goal is to let viewers see through you and imagine themselves in the home. I even tried to chat GPT on one of the empty rooms that I had, and I said, make a birthday party in this room, and it didn't look very good. I was thinking about it. Putting it all together, if you're looking for a very inexpensive video editing software, Filmora 12, I think it's Filmora 13 now. The Filmora, I think it's like $90 for the editing software. It does have a learning curve, but and it works better on a Mac than it does on a Windows machine. What the videos that I take, I usually take about 12 minutes of video, and I edit that down to 2.5 minutes on a Windows machine, editing and then uploading
So judgy.
well, I'm just telling the truth. On a Windows machine, editing and then uploading to YouTube can take 2 to 3 hours. On a Mac, it takes 12 minutes.
There you go. It's a process.
It is. So that's everything I have for today. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate it. I hope the DFW numbers make sense. And as we see them more often, you'll get a better sense of what I'm trying to give you there, as opposed to going into specific neighborhoods. Because I mean, if you look at the listings and the buyers houses that we close as an office, I mean, there's not a particular area that we all look. We're all over the map. So the 5 counties is about the best I can do. But hopefully that will make sense and at least give us a sense of what the market is doing every week.
And when you say market watch, is it market reports on the?
No, it's called Market Watch on your home screen in your MLS.
All right, I'll show you.
Yeah, pull up your MLS. Go to your home screen.
Oh.
My matrix.
Wait,
Dashboard. Yep. Market Watch. It's
Oh,
customizable. Down at the bottom, there's a customize button.
oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the video for now. Thank you guys for joining today. I appreciate you. Next week, we'll be here with Willis Richardson from Pure Funding. Please come, 9:30. I need a couple more butts in the seat, but thank you all for coming in person. I appreciate you very much. At least there'll be most of the food eaten. But thank you. Bye, guys.
Do you do the light plus or plus 3D? Do
Do
it
they cost it? I have the free version.
the $15 a month?
I want to watch that